The difference between the playoffs and the regular season, there's a whole bunch of differences. Once playoff time comes, it's a completely different mindset, completely different game plan, It's win or go home. Every single play matters, every single second.
Throughout the regular season, you can always all right, come on, next weekend. And then when you get to the playoffs, it's kind of that one and done mentality. You don't have, that ease of all right, we can bounce back next weekend. There's no bouncing back, and you never know when you're really going to get back into the playoffs. So it's one of those do or die feelings.
Now it's everything in the past doesn't matter. It's tournament time. You got to have the right intensity level. That's first and foremost, because everything now is just heightened. It feels more important. The fans, everyone, it's going to feel like, okay, we've all been waiting for this. That's the biggest difference as you get to this time of year, and your season is no longer guaranteed for much longer. As long as you're winning games, then you're guaranteed another game. It's that time of year. Guys get excited about it because this is really what it's about. You work all year for this moment. Everything that we've been working for the season is in front of us. Nothing of it is behind us, to be fair. Okay, it didn't end the way we wanted to in the last play of the game, but all that did is it gives us positioning, and we know where we are now going into the playoffs, and now it's the big tournament at the end is what everybody pays attention to.
Everybody's feeling the energy of, playoffs kind of weigh in on us, and it shows in training. The intensity's up a lot. The energy's up.
The season's long. It's a long season. There are some tough moments in those circumstances, and obviously you want to win every game. When you do lose, you got to find those ways to bounce back, and I think this team has done a really good job in bouncing back in tough situations. When you have a long season and there's some really good high moments and also some good low moments that you get to learn from and experience as a group, it makes you better for the long run.
In terms of whether it's approaching the playoffs in terms of mentality and those things, I think it's stuff that you have to be training over the course of the season. You have to be reminding guys over the course of the season. I think we have tested ourselves, and now it's going to be, just because the word playoff comes before the game now, that we don't lose track of just, again, the things that we do well, and the game is the game, right? It's not bigger because playoff is before. It's just going to require more concentration, more intensity.
Hey! Go, Mouty! Go, Mouty! Up! Hey! Yes, one!
Intensity has to get ramped up. Quality, efficiency, energy, all of it has to get ramped up, because, if you stay the same, then, it's just not ideal to stay the same. You have to kind of think of playoffs as, something different than the regular season, because they aren't the same games. You either win or go home, and nobody wants to go home. Nobody wants to end the season and, you're seeing on your phone this other team's winning the championship. They're all happy. It's the worst thing to see ever.
You take it day by day, and you don't take anything for granted. I think the team needs to have that mentality, and it's a true group effort throughout the season, and especially in playoffs, because you never know when you're going to need somebody's name to get called. The mentality is it's every play, every moment, every situation, and every day counts.
When the stakes get bigger, we can't get smaller. We've got to remain confident. We've got to remain kind of this brash attacking team and who we are, because that's what puts the opposition on its heels. They have to defend us. They have to deal with us. So I want us to be confident. I want us to be aggressive, and I want us to be the same team. I think there's just a higher level of engagement, a higher level of attention to, again, the risk reward inside of the game. There's a little more pressure that you feel that you've got to manage. It's that constant engagement and locked in and keyed in on every single play, and not taking any one play for granted.
There's always high expectations when you're here, when you hear about the LA Galaxy, and for us to have such a great season that we've had, we're looking forward to doing some great things in playoffs. So it's a good thing that people have a high expectation because of the club and the recognition and the history. So we hope to make some good things happen.
In the playoffs, it's not always about beauty. It's about understanding what the day is and what the game requires, and winning that particular day. Ultimately, we'd like to do it in our vision, because that's where we think we're the best. But some days it's just going to require us to solve the problem of the day, find the solution, go win the game, move on to the next one. And that may happen in any of these games. We'll see.
I think just giving 100% on every play, defense and offense, whichever role you may have, whether that's the coach, whether it's the staff members here, whether you're on the bench or starting, wherever. I think everybody in this club needs to give 100% to everything they do for this next month and a half, 2 months, and I think this whole club will see success if we do.